Hi. This time I like to talk a little bit in depth about a particular stance in Wing Chun, and it's kind of related to the beginning of section 5, which is the Wing Chun guard, and the beginning of section 5 in the Wundami form. Going back to the beginning is that when I started learning Wing Chun, I asked my Ma Sifu, God bless him, I asked him, okay, I've learned some moves now in Wing Chun. Okay, I've learned Yi Ji Ki Miao Ma, I've learned Pa, and I learned Pa Da, and I've learned Tan Da, and I learned Gan, and I Huan, and Tan Da. Do I do this and use this when I am confronted in a fight on the street? And I said to Ma Sifu, which move do I do? Do I stand in a guard? What do I do? Surprisingly, he says to me, don't do any of this. Fight naturally. I said, Sifu, what do you mean fight naturally? You've just taught me all this and you're telling me not to use it? If I have to? And Sifu says, what's most important to you is to fight what is natural to you. If you had to spar in a real situation or on the street, what you learn in Wing Chun class is only for Wing Chun class. And if you learn it well and you know it well, your moves will come out naturally in your natural fighting posture and techniques. That is one of the most important things that you need to know and learn. And that's exactly in line with what Bruce Lee have said. That every style that he saw at that time in the 70s, they were really too occupied with the style of fighting, and they were missing the point of what fighting is. And that's why he created Jeet Kune Do. So therefore, going back to that, we're going to go back to the Wing Chun stance, which is a problem with a lot of people because they are really misinterpreting the Wing Chun stance all the time. As you know, the Wing Chun stance is this: sitting low in your hip into your horse so that you're rooted to the ground and your two hands up straight. A lot of people are using this stance in all the wrong time and the wrong way. This stance is also an exercise, not exactly to be used full time, constantly in a sparring situation, especially with another person with different style in a freestyle situation. That stance, first of all, is a Wing Chun stand and a Wing Chun stand only. And that stand is taught only in Siu Lim Tao because we need to teach somebody how to be rooted in a stance, how to generate power from the ground throughout your hips and onto your arms. And this is so that you can teach in the first form the actual basic movement and power of Wing Chun. But these people carry this stance throughout an entire sparring competition with another school or in freestyle, and it's completely wrong because it's a static stance. This stance is taught the foundation, but once you move on to the second form, which is Chamkyu, you are there for you learn Chamkyu to bridge, to just make contact, the bridging part, and then you are taught the shifting of the weight and the advancing. So if you don't learn Chamkyu and learn how it's used, and you constantly stick with the static form, and somebody is not a Wing Chun person, and they are always moving. Obviously, Wing Chun is a close quarter, short distance fighting art. And in a competition, when somebody is not in a Wing Chun class, in a competition, it's usually, a sparring competition is usually a distance game. So therefore, if the guy is playing a distance game, you can't always be static and do this, because you're not going to really reach him. And when he comes to you, he's only going to come to you for a millisecond and he's going to retreat again. And then in this static move, you're basically going to get hit because you're not using chamkyu. You're not using, a lot of people, they don't know how to use chamkyu. Shift their weights and move up, move sideways, turn, shift your weights, bridge, and attack at the same time. So if you're not using that, you don't know how to use that, and you're stuck in the first form in Silim Tao, and you use this static move all the time, it's not going to work for you. Plus, the very important thing is that you don't want everybody to know that, when they're 10 feet away, you don't need to do this. I mean, it's ridiculous. You do this when you have engaged, when they're this close. When you've just crossed hands, you do this. But when he's 6 feet away, you don't really have to do this. You got to constantly change your game. It's also what Bruce Lee's always been saying. You don't want to reveal your techniques. And when you do this, you are revealing your techniques. And people obviously are not going to attack you down the middle. They're always going to attack you on the side because they know you've protected the middle. They know you're Wing Chun. You're revealing your moves already. You want, as a Wing Chun person, you want them to attack you down the center. Because that's what you're good at. You train day in and day out for center attacks and counter attacks. So if somebody attacks you down the center, you're really good at doing that. Therefore, don't go like this. Keep changing your game. Move your hands to the outside so that they will attack you down the center. That way, when they do come and attack you from the center, you're ready for it because you are better than they are when it comes to center attacks. We're not all that good. Yes, I know Wing Chun is, I don't care about what happens to the side, I'm going to aim for the center. But I'm not that good. I might miss down the center and get hit on the side. I don't want to do that. I want them to attack the center. So don't protect the center all the time. Keep changing your game in a sparring competition. Keep changing your game. Invite them to attack you down the center. When they come down the center, you have them right where you want to be. Right where you want them to be. And that is so important. So that brings back to section 5 in the first move, which is this. That is so useful in a sparring competition. In a sparring competition, this, of course, we all know is borrowed from the snake form. The nun who invented Wing Chun, obviously after the temple was burned 300-400 years ago, she wanted to develop this new art against most of Siu Lam's Kung Fu, hard Kung Fu. She borrowed from the snake, she borrowed from White Crane, and she borrowed from Hong Kun. And a lot of what she borrowed is the snake form, which you see all of it in Biuji. And this is the best form that you should adapt when you're in a sparring contest. Because it's alive, it's moving, and it forms the bridge that you need to do for attack. This is a lot better, free moving posture to adapt if and when you are in a sparring competition. Not the static this. This static thing is still a training exercise. This is great for if you are in a class in a Wing Chun environment, sparring against another Wing Chun practitioner, partner, friend. But in a freestyle competition, if you do this constantly in the entire match, it's not to your advantage. This is the static form. And when you do this all the time, you're just showing all your cards, and you're not going to get anywhere. You know. So that brings back to section 5 on the dummy. Great exercise to do. Great posture to use. So remember that. Know what exercise is an exercise and how to use it and when to use it and apply it during the right application. So enjoy and have fun with your practice. Bye.